Single room, double room.
I'm alone.
We have a new guest.
I'm just passing through.
We haven't been outside for years.
What is going on? Look! The hotel is shrinking! Game where you all play. I have to mark every corridor.
You are that nice young man who was looking for the reception.
Did you find it, dear?
On stage at a cabaret, Mr. K is performing his magic act. His tricks are very impressive, but unfortunately, the crowd is not paying attention to him. Sometime later, Mr. K arrives at a hotel in the middle of nowhere. The manager's dog growls at him. Tomorrow morning, he is supposed to perform at a cafe in the area, but the manager refuses to give him directions. Before they check in, she takes him to his room and explains all the rules. In the hallway, Mr. K sees a child around the corner and does a little trick that releases a butterfly, but the child flees when the manager glares at him. Afterward, Mr. K attempts to settle down, but he's surprised to discover a pair of legs sticking out from beneath the bed. He takes a closer look and discovers an old man staring back at him. Without a word, the man crawls out and leaves the room. Then, Mr. K hears a noise. He opens the wardrobe and finds a maid hiding. She leaves the room without saying anything. Mr. K looks outside the door and notices two intruders talking. However, they leave when they notice him too. As K unpacks his suitcase, he finds his poster and tears it in half. He does not see anything moving underneath the wallpaper or the water leak. The next morning, he prepares to leave. When he finds the maid, he pranks her by startling her. While he walks along the corridor, he notices the word Liberator written in red on the wall. He keeps walking, but he can't find the exit, and every turn he makes is a dead end. Suddenly, he hears a strange noise in the pipes, which begin shaking. Soon, the entire building shakes, and the lights begin flickering while the strange noise resonates in the walls. Small panels on the walls then open, and a group of musicians comes out. They're playing their instruments very loudly. They approach Mr. K, who immediately takes off and is terrified by the band following him. He finds some stairs, goes to the next floor, but the musicians follow him there too. An elderly lady has come out to see what the noise is, and Kate takes a chance to hide alongside her. He closes the room, turns around, and discovers that it's two ladies before he passes out. Moments later, Mr. K awakens on the couch. The women introduce themselves and offer him some coffee. They are delighted to learn that K is a magician and want to know if he saw his people in half. Feeling uneasy, Mr. K announces that he needs to leave. The sisters take him to the floor map. He finds that he has arrived at the correct location, but there is still no way out. The sisters tell him that they have not left for years. The hotel's stairs are too much for their old legs, and they have everything they need right there. They apologize for not being able to help him and tell him he should go to the Oracle. Mr. K produces a flower for them before leaving. After he passes a few more corridors, the lights begin flickering again, and he sees some children running around. Melinda moves from one room to another, and Mr. K tries to follow her to ask for help, but the door is closed. While he is distracted, the children steal one of his suitcases and hide in a room. Mr. K rushes to follow them. However, as he opens the door, he only finds a closet. In that moment, the band appears near the end of the corridor, and two waiters rush into the closet. Mr. K follows them. Now he finds himself in a room with the band. Gaga recognizes him as a new guest before dragging him to the main table. He is too concerned about his kids while the waiters continue to offer him food. Whenever K attempts to investigate, a man at the table keeps moving to block his vision and talks about how amazing Lady Gaga is. Eventually, she returns without the suitcase and begins talking about art, stating that her musicians are on tour in this century. Then Gaga prepares for her bath, and the band leaves the room. Mr. K is pushed out of it during the process. The crowd has taken over the hallway, filling it with chaos. Mr. K notices the time and realizes he has lost his appointment. A waiter trips and spills a tray he holds in his hand, so Melinda puts him in line with the other waiters and they go downstairs to the kitchen. After she puts an apron on him, Mr. K is pushed into the assembly line, where dozens of cooks are preparing food. Anton explains that Melinda is the head chef's daughter, and Kay is fortunate to have this job because it's difficult to get accepted here. To try to convince the cooks that he isn't another employee, Mr. K begins performing tricks while juggling eggs. However, Melinda simply tells him to be on time for work tomorrow. Once the shift is finished, Mr. K is led to the bedroom, where all employees drink and fall asleep in a pile. he has a strange dream about a bleeding crack in a wall. In the morning, Anton wakes Kay up, and he's shocked to see himself in old clothes instead of his elegant suit. So, Anton takes pants from another worker for him to wear. In the kitchen, Mr. K hears the pipes making some strange noises, and Anton tells him not to worry because there has been trouble with the water system lately. Tired of waiting, Mr. K attempts to leave the kitchen, only for Melinda to unexpectedly drag him into the storage room. She pushed him against the furniture and got her way with him. After that, Mr. K is directed to the chef's office and forced to hear a lengthy lecture about eggs. He has a drink with K, stating that he likes him and that he is very talented, so he may share all his knowledge with him. Later in the room, Anton is surprised to see Mr. K. The chef returned with some books and gave them to him. While Anton takes a book, Mr. K uses the bubbles to teach us a few things in the room to perform some tricks. Suddenly, he hears the pipe noises again, so he exits the room to investigate. After locking the door, he hears another noise and opens his arms, attempting to touch both walls simultaneously to no avail. Then Kay goes to the restroom, clearly closing the door for privacy. Suddenly, the knob begins shaking. It does not stop until Mr. K says it is occupied. Then a voice talks, whispering, asking K if he's serious, and if there are rumors about him being the liberator. This is true. As the voice states, there isn't much time. The lid at the bottom of the door is pushed away, and a bunch of hands reach inside. Mr. K kicks them, claiming they must have confused him for someone else. Nonetheless, the hands keep pulling on his leg. It is not until K says he isn't anyone that the hands disappear. Afraid and confused, he decides to spend the night in the bathroom. In the morning, Anton comes to pick him up for work, and Mr. K ends up puking. Then K notices the word liberator has appeared on the walls too. Anton believes it's simply a prank from the vandals, and the duo proceeds to the kitchen. While working, Anton reveals that he has been at the hotel for 7 years and can't recall the last time he was outside, so he doesn't know where the exit is either. At that moment, the dog appears near Kay's feet, and soon the manager enters the kitchen. Mr. K attempts to follow her, but after a few turns, he loses sight of her. Then Kay goes to the chef's office and attempts to quit, hoping that someone would kick him out. Nonetheless, the chef offers him a promotion to get him to stay. Kay turns it down, causing the chef to cry and beg on his knees. When the man hugs Mr. K, he asks him to trust him. The chef takes K to his new position in the kitchen and gives him a fancier hat, which Anton is jealous of. Once the shift is finished, Mr. K tries to speak with Anton, who is furious. Anton believes K only wants to reach the top. He doesn't care who he brings down in the process. K decides to sleep in his hotel room, where he keeps hearing pipe noises in the walls. Just in case, he ties a rope tightly connecting the window to the door. The next morning, he discovers it sagging, which means that the room has gotten smaller. The noise is caused by shifting walls. He rushes to inform Anton that the hotel is shrinking, proving it by demonstrating how his hands can now touch both walls at the same time. Anton does not believe him. However, when they go into the kitchen, they find complete chaos due to a lack of space. Mr. K advises the chef they should evacuate the hotel, but the chef refuses, claiming they must cook for their guests. This causes K to snap and yell before jumping on the table and explaining what's going on with the staff. The workers hit their pans while Mr. K jumps from table to table and asks if their lives are worthless. At that moment, the chef experiences chest pain. He stumbles, but he still orders his staff to kick Mr. K out of the kitchen. K is thrown into the corridor, and the kitchen door is locked to keep him out. After that, Mr. K searches for the sisters and discovers that all of the guests have been leaving furniture in the corridor because it no longer fits in their rooms. K helps the duo get their couch out, and they mention the presence of the divine inside the hotel. Then the sisters return to their room and play music loudly while singing along. In his room, Mr. K discovers a map in a drawer while listening to the accumulating noises. The pipes keep shaking. The band marches, and Gaga and I walk through the corridor together. The kitchen staff is creating music with their kitchen utensils. Even the manager dances along. A pipe breaks and leaks onto the wallpaper. K feels as if his head is about to explode. A wall cracks while it shrinks, and the window in K's room suddenly explodes, knocking him down. When all the noises have finally stopped, Mr. K looks through the broken glass and notices the other walls of the hotel. At that point, all of the other windows also explode, throwing him back onto the bed. Later, Mr. K hangs the map on the wall with gum and adds a piece he drew of a quarter on paper. He throws it away since the room has shrunk. Previously, some furniture was outside the window. He goes into the closet to get some chalk, and then he begins exploring the quarters, marking the walls and floor with chalk. Drawing a diagram in a notebook, he can include the pages on his map. In the storage closet, he finds some food. Occasionally, he peeks into the kitchen, and Melinda glares at him to get him to leave. The map is becoming increasingly impossible, and it drives Mr. K crazy. To relieve stress, he yells through the window that he doesn't give up. Over time, more furniture appears throughout the corridors. Eventually, Mr. K discovers the manager's dog, who begins licking the wall. In that moment, the power goes out, and Mr. K thinks he is alone in the dark until the flashlight startles him. It's the man K discovered underneath his bed, who now drops the flashlight on the ground. When K picks it up, the man is gone. Mr. K looks around for a few seconds, only for the power to return and reveal the man is at the end of the corridor. No matter how many questions K asks the guy, he will not speak, and if Mr. K tries, as he approaches him, he takes a step back. The next morning, Mr. K wakes up in bed and discovers the old man is sleeping at his feet. His attempts to wake him up are unsuccessful. Later, K continues to work on his map. The man follows him around, even accepts a snack from K before finally departing. In that moment, Mr. K is horrified to discover some creepy tentacles moving in the cracks on the wall. He lifts the wallpaper and discovers a strange tentacle-based organism. When K pokes it, they squirm and make the entire building shake. Sensing this, the manager begins looking for the root cause. Mr. K uses a tray to separate the organism from the wall, but only for the building to shake again and the lights to flicker. A pipe also fails, so Mr. K chooses to leave the corridor. After K sees the word liberator again, he returns to his room and finds the guy waiting there. K drinks some alcohol before turning around and discovering the whole family is sitting by the bed. In the main corridor, the manager tries to help the organism stay on the wall. When Mr. K returns to mapping the area, he finds there are lots of people in the corridors, and they all begin to follow him. They also try to touch him as if he were the holy savior. He snaps and yells at them to stop before realizing he can use their devotion. Mr. K hands out papers and chalk, asking the audience to help him make the map. They all cheer before spreading out. Then K climbs onto a pile of furniture and sees the manager, but he slips and hits his head, knocking himself out. K awakens a few moments later. He returns to his room and discovers that the crowd has eaten all of his food. However, they did not draw a single map. A man even uses K's toothbrush. Mr. K is furious and tries to establish rules, but he is ignored as more people keep arriving through the door and the window. After that, Mr. K goes into the kitchen, which has shrunk significantly and is covered in moss. The staff is drinking as usual. K does not know what to do. Anton surprises him from behind, invites him in, and says they can pretend nothing happened. However, K refuses to ignore the truth. As Anton points out, K's truth is not better than his. When Mr. K attempts to return to his room, he can't open it because there are so many people sleeping against it. K has no choice but to sleep in the corridor, and the hotel drops the wallpaper on him as a blanket. K wakes up in the morning to a phone ringing. He rushes into his room only to find out that a guest has already taken the call and hung up. K goes crazy, shakes the man, and blames him for ruining everything. He gets so violent that the others must pull him away. The crowd claims he gave them false hope because he has not found the exit and ignores K's attempts to explain. He never declared himself a savior. Soon the corridor is also covered with moss. A rabbit appears. Mr. K realizes that the animal has located his suitcase and looks inside for his belongings. In that moment, the dog runs by, and Mr. K follows it, finding some men washing off the chalk from the walls. Realizing the crowd has been working against him, Mr. K yells at them and chases them toward his room, where he begins hitting everyone with a broom to force them to leave. When he calms down, K notices something in the bed. It is the map, the pieces that the crowd had been hiding underneath the sheets. Objects begin flying. K looks out of the window. It appears the group has taken over another room and is throwing things at him as punishment. So, Mr. K breaks the bed and covers the window with wooden planks. Then the ceiling light slowly unscrews. Mr. K moves out of the way before it falls. The sisters appear and offer him coffee while he works to put the map back together. Finally, he decides to go out again to create new map pieces, only to discover the angry crowd has blocked the corridor. Anton and Melinda are among those involved. A chase ensues, and Mr. K must rush back to his room, blocking the door with a chair. Some people are pounding on the door, while others continue throwing things at his window. The sisters tell K that the way out does not have to be the same way he entered. A tired Mr. K mocks them by opening various drawers. However, when he moves the wardrobe, he's shocked to discover the tentacle organism on the wall. It forms a creepy tunnel that the sisters call magnificent yet hideous. Mr. K is willing to accept it. The sisters refuse to take the risk. K, scared but determined, starts crawling through the nasty tunnel. Seeing a light at the end, he discovers a membrane blocking the exit, and when he touches it, a strange squid-like creature on the opposite side makes a noise. Mr. K asks what it wants, concentrating on how it feels. Learning that it is tired and will not last for much longer, Kay believes it deserves to be free. Meanwhile, the crowd breaks down the door and bursts into the room. They listen to the creature and think it is the oracle, so they fall to their knees to pray. Eventually, more people are entering the tunnel, and their clumsiness causes the creature lots of pain. The hotel walls shake, and Kay realizes they are killing it. At that moment, the manager bursts into the room and desperately draws people back. She then tries to get in and informs Kay that he is a murderer, but he ignores her. He begins pushing the membrane until the creature has emerged, and darkness has taken over. Suddenly, Mr. K finds himself floating in water. The creature appears around him. It grabs his leg and drags him to the light above. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Leave a comment about your favorite movie, and we will make it next. Thanks for watching.